Thank you. Thank you. Quick live today. As far as Sebastian Rogers, the disappearance of this Tennessee teen, no results from the search of the landfill in Kentucky, and they're not holding, assuming that he's not alive. Okay. I think I'm gathering my thoughts. The possibilities that he could be alive. Excuse me. So that's an update pertaining to the team. Oh, my lighting's bad. Hold on. This is not good. Hold on one second. Oh mercy. This is a bad live already. I see this coming. I've got my lighting over there. Okay. There has been a search of a landfill in Kentucky of the neighborhood where the child lives. Their trash is discarded in the state of Kentucky, and so far in that search, there have been no results of remains. So once again, they're not counting that the child is deceased, but we will see what happens. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my lighting. This is a bad situation. I'm blinking in and out. Robin Howington, who was charged with reckless homicide of her 5-year-old daughter, Destiny Oliver, yesterday in Knoxville, Tennessee, was found guilty of reckless homicide. She may face 15 to 25 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Okay? Those are my updates. I'm going to go to my community channel, and I want to read some polls that I posted yesterday after that said live. I still want to play commentary from the detective's testimony in court the other day. Hold on one second, everybody. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. This is bad business. Say what, honey? In board. Okay. I don't know why my lighting's blinking in and out. This is strange, but it's always something when I go live. I thought this would be a better live today, but obviously it's not. So, hold on one second. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to do some rearranging. I have to hold the phone because I can't get it together for some reason. I don't know. Thank you all. Because I'm not near the lighting right now. My lighting source is across the room. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I'd asked you about probation. Would he give her probation? But we now know that she's going to receive 15 to 25 years. That's the possibility. Anyway, 2% of you said yes. 88% of you said no. 9% of you said not sure about her receiving probation. So 88% of you didn't think she'd get probation. Will judge give her a lengthy sentence? 85% of you said yes. 9% of you said no. 6% of you said not sure. I also asked you, should the morning after pill be accessible in all states, state stores such as Walgreens, CVS? 78% of you said yes. 22% of you said no. Kentucky passed a bill to mandate men to pay monies to pregnant mothers without verification of DNA. Was this ethical? 3% of you said yes. 97% of you said no. Was it right for Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade? 33% of you said yes, 67% of you said no. And then I also asked you about Sebastian Rogers, if you believed his remains were in the Kentucky landfill. 37% of you said yes, 27% of you said no, 37% of you said you were not sure. Do you think Sebastian Rogers' parents are involved in his disappearance? 74% of you said yes, 4% of you said no, 21% of you said not sure. Do you think that Sebastian Rogers is alive? 0% said yes. Wow. 79% no, and 21% not sure. Take the polls, everybody. Did the jury render the right decision against Robin Howington yesterday? 91% of you said yes, and 9% no out of 22 votes. And once again, she has been found guilty of reckless homicide in the murder of her daughter, uh, Destiny Oliver. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. This is just a real bad filming today. Thank you all so much. Take the polls, be heard, let your voice count. I now want to get into this commentary pertaining to the banning of TikTok, okay? So take the polls. Okay. I'm trying to get this settled. I don't know why this will not stay up for some reason. The lighting is bad. This is just a bad live today. So trying to figure out if there's a place I could get where the lighting would be better. I don't know. Let's get down to business pertaining to Mr. Biden, everybody. I'm going to say this pertaining to the apps in general. Hold on. I'm trying to get where I can. Sorry about all the moving around. I'm trying to get my lighting because I've got just one source over here that's over here in the corner. I don't trust any of the apps that we use. Facebook, Messenger, and I want to give you, for instance, why. A few years ago, I was doing research for a story, and it was, I believe it was pertaining to Quentin Simon, if I'm not mistaken, about 2 years or so ago. I was going into the app, I can't even think of the name of the dang app, the GoFundMe app, and it jumped me out. While I was in that app, it jumped me out. It went from like GoFundMe to, I think it was Twitter, and then I was locked out of Google. And I needed to access Google because, hello, I'm a YouTuber. And all my business is in that app, the Google app. So I didn't have let's see, how can I word this? You have to have a phone number on the Google app to try to get back in, okay? And that's where I had the problem, trying to log back in with a certain phone number. And at that time, I had 2 numbers. And let's just say it was a battle. I had to go through going to the phone company that I had cell service through, wrangling with them, wrangling with Google. It took about 2 weeks before I was able to get back in the Google app and putting in another phone number, because I should have put both numbers on the account, but I had only put one. And when it comes to trying to verify the number, it was just a big hassle. I'm gonna put it like that. So I'll tell anybody, especially if you're a YouTuber, make sure you have the adequate phone number on your Google account in case you get locked out. Because if you don't have that right number, let's say you're using an old number on your Google account, and let's say you ain't got another phone, you change the number, you get locked out of Google, you can't get your ass back in there from another, because you had another number that's not affiliated with the Google account at this time. Point being, on the GoFundMe app, it jumped me out of there, locked me out of Google, okay? Day before yesterday, going live, I couldn't do the live, get on here on time because my screen had the Facebook Messenger on this side of the screen. So I jumped into that to check a message because I was, had some things that I was selling on the Facebook marketplace. And so I was trying to check the messages. This is right before going live. And when I hit that on my laptop, here comes this error stuff on here saying your account's being hacked, IP address bullshit from Microsoft. So I was just like, here we go again. So this happened to me a couple months ago. So I called the number that was on there a couple months ago, was able to get everything worked out, was able to get out, get my computer back into the computer. So this is what the screen is telling you. Don't touch this, don't push this, don't turn the computer off, blah, 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 blah. Someone told me to do it anyway. After calling the Microsoft people, he's talking about, I need $40 to help you get your computer unlocked. Someone told me no. And I told him, I said, how do you know that somebody's trying to get into my IP address? That's what I told the operator. He says, oh, I can look at your phone number and tell. Which I thought was just, I don't know, someone just told me, these are probably the same people trying to hack into your damn computer. So guess what? I did exactly what he told me not to do. He said, don't shut the computer off. That's exactly what the hell I did. I shut the computer off, restarted it, put in my, password, opened my computer back up, went straight to YouTube, boom, there I was, okay? So right now there is a notification circulating pertaining to Facebook from this week. Many people have had problems with logging into their computer and all of that, okay? What's so funny? It was a notification I saw, a news notification, that there are some people who had issues with, I think, Instagram and Facebook this week as far as, I guess, logging in or people trying to hack into their accounts, whatever. Frankly, I'm just going to be truthful with you. I don't need none of this bullshit. If it wasn't for me doing the YouTube, being the YouTuber, classifying myself as a YouTuber, being monetized, whatever, I would not waste my breath with any of this. I would just watch YouTube as a patron, watch the videos, decorate videos, documentaries, so on and so forth. That would be it. Because I'm this type of person. Most of you, huh? Yeah, I'm going to do opposite of what you're telling me because I don't know who I'm talking to. This thing was pinging, and alarms were sounding, and it's saying, call Microsoft 1-800 number, blah, blah, blah. So you call the number, and then they're asking me for money. But this happened maybe 3 months or so ago, and nobody asked me for any money. So that's why I said maybe this alarm is coming from the same people trying to hack into the damn account. So hell no, I'm not getting ready to give nobody no money when you're sitting here with a big old banner telling me somebody's trying to hack into my IP address. So what's strange to me, see, you're getting me off, okay? Yeah, you shut up. The point is, I was on my computer on a legitimate app, and on the right screen is my actual Messenger app. I didn't go into a link. I didn't hit some foreign link. I hit my own damn Messenger link. That's what I'm trying to say. And got all this mess started. And the point is, I'm not going to trust this box on the screen saying, hey, dial this 1-800 number, somebody trying to get into your IP address, and then now you're trying to charge me $40. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm not getting ready to give up no debit card number, no nobody number for nothing. That's just how I felt. So my point being, I don't trust any of the apps. I don't care if they are legitimate apps or not. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whomever. I'm just saying personally from what I've dealt with, I just don't trust the damn apps. After the experience of going into GoFundMe, and I can tell you why I probably got that bad luck. I don't want personal names and shit going in those apps. GoFundMe wants your government name and all this old bullshit. And people would see my, personal names and stuff on there. And I just didn't want to do all that because, everybody was checking the GoFundMe to see, who was donating money, for the little babies' GoFundMe and stuff. And something just told me you might need to be careful about going in here because people are so nosy and love, tracking you down and stuff. And I told myself then it was a bad idea going into that GoFundMe. And that's what got me locked out of my own Google account. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Fooling with the GoFundMe because they were asking, for your name and all that. So I was just, throwing up any old name, just so I could get in. And all of a sudden, boom, it started jumping screens. And then I was locked out of Google. That's my story. Let's get down to business. TikTok. Biden and our government feels as if using TikTok may be a hazard to our national security. Now, I'm going to say this after dealing with these apps. I don't blame them, the government, okay? Because if you feel like the Chinese or whomever will be spying on us through the apps and trying to get information as far as our IP address, passwords, banking information, who am I to say it's not true? Because if you can go on an app, as I just told you, and get locked out of your own Google account because you went into an app trying to type your name in, and it started jumping screens, why would I think somebody across the water or down the street wouldn't be trying to get into the damn app and do some facetious stuff? And we know that it happens. We know from ordering things online, you get your bank account fraudulently debited, which happened to me the first time I ordered a Bluetooth box years ago. First time ever ordering, first time ever using a debit card online, because I think I went on Amazon and it was through Walmart, I think. And next thing I know, money's missing, $50 is missing out my account. Now imagine had I had a lot of money in there for them to take, which matter of fact, there was more money, but the point is, a couple more dollars was in the account, but the point I'm trying to make is, what if they tried for more? What if they tried to debit 300 and I actually had 400 in there? That's the point I'm trying to make, okay? They tried for 50 just to see if it would go through probably. Do you understand? This is why you have to check your account regularly. So I have my bank app on my phone, so I can look at it every day to see what the balance is. And I would instruct any of you who actually have a bank and a debit card to have your app on your phone and at least check your app at least once, twice a day to make sure the last amount you spent is on your account, okay? All right. The Chinese, are they trying to infiltrate or infiltrating, may I say, the TikTok app? Are they looking at information pertaining to anything? Just asking. Sorry if I seem a little bit off today. Trying to get this lighting situated kind of threw me off. I'm going to say this too. You could open an article, read something. I mean, it could be about how to dye your hair. Or you could be talking about it on your phone, talking about it to somebody in Messenger. And then all of a sudden, here comes advertisements on Facebook or whatever app you're on, talking about dyeing your hair. See where I'm going with this? Or you get notifications in your Gmail talking about dyeing your hair. And the first thing you're thinking to yourself is, well, wait a minute. Why am I getting notifications in Gmail about dyeing my hair? Why am I getting these advertisements in Facebook about dyeing my hair? It's almost as if somebody is listening to your conversations, because I've had this happen before, talking to someone on the phone about something, and then I'll be damned. Here comes a notification from Newsbreak, or it's in the Gmail notification spam or whatever, or just one of your regular notifications in your important Gmail notifications. And I'm telling myself, like, this is crazy to me. It's as if somebody is listening in, and I don't believe in all that conspiracy shit, but I can tell you, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've witnessed it the other day before going live. I witnessed it years ago going into the GoFundMe app and getting locked out of my own damn Google account. And I've seen it, information popping up pertaining to a conversation I've had with somebody on the damn phone. Be talking about something, and then the notifications come up either through Gmail, Facebook, whatever, and I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on here? And if you've noticed your search engines, that's exactly where I'm trying to take this. The things you search for. You know, you may be curious about something that happened in your community, and then you go look for it, and then all of a sudden you'll start getting all these pop-up and stuff pertaining to something that you search for in your Google search. Anyway, Biden says he would sign TikTok bill that could ban app. March 8th is the upload of this information. Let's hear what these people have to say pertaining to TikTok. What is our government having to say? Hold on one second. CBS News is the source. If I can get this thing opened up. I don't even trust opening anything on this computer. I'm just going to be truthful. I'm 5 minutes from throwing it in the damn garbage because it was a gift years ago, and also it was a couple years older, this laptop, and it can't do all the things that I need to do for this channel. And I'm just at a point where I don't want to use it. I don't want to be bothered with anything from dealing with the internet. Quite frankly, it's just the way I feel.
On strategic competition between the United States and China and the Chinese Communist Party, and Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy of Illinois, who is the ranking member of the Select Committee, are both here to discuss this bill. So thanks for joining us, guys. You know how popular TikTok is. And in sort of the grand scheme of things, when you look at all of the risks we are facing, you know a lot of people are going to say, TikTok? Really? How big of a threat could TikTok be?
I think allowing the Chinese Communist Party to control the dominant news platform in America is a massive threat. It is an act of self-sabotage and national suicide. And to the president's point last night in the State of the Union, I would say we can't compete effectively with China if we allow that basic ownership structure to continue. And the good news for users of TikTok is that they can continue to enjoy the app, post dance videos, communicate with their friends, as long as we change the basic ownership structure. The final thing I would say is the president mentioned China's unfair economic practices. Well, as a matter of fairness and reciprocity, TikTok is all over the American market, but American social media companies are not allowed in China. So we must insist, as a matter of national self-respect, on some basic reciprocity.
Okay, but still, specifically, what threat what should we be fearful of? What is the specific threat that you're concerned about?
Well, there are two sources of the threat. So just for your viewers' sake, the owner of TikTok is a company called ByteDance. ByteDance is a company that is controlled, beholden to the Chinese Communist Party. In fact, the editor-in-chief of ByteDance is the secretary of the Chinese Communist Party cell that's embedded in the leadership of ByteDance. Yes, they actually have a CCP cell at the top echelons of the company. Two sources of threats. One is that the CCP, through ByteDance, has access to massive amounts of personal data of Americans. And ByteDance has used this in nefarious ways in the past, including targeting journalists. The second nature of the threat is ByteDance routinely manipulates the algorithm to suppress content critical of the CCP and amplify content favorable to them. And so you see just a weird mix of news and kind of a distorted version of what's going on in the world because of the ownership structure that's in place right now.
Congressman Gallagher, I want to get your take on something that the former President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social during the State of the Union while President Biden was speaking. The former president saying, I don't want Facebook, who cheated in the last election, doing better. they are the true enemy of the people. He says that banning TikTok, arguing that Facebook is the real threat. Here's the post. If you get rid of TikTok, Facebook and Zucker schmuck will double their business. So we know, Congressman Gallagher, that the former president did sign an executive order trying to get TikTok to remove themselves from ByteDance, as you are trying to do. But what do you make? What's your response to this now seemingly reversal from the former president?
Well, the good news for the former president is that the bill doesn't foist an outright ban of TikTok, and the president, were he to get reelected, would have an opportunity to make the deal of the century as someone who fashions himself as a deal maker, which is to navigate the transition of TikTok away from ByteDance's ownership to an American-controlled or an allied-controlled company. And in that scenario, I think everybody wins. And so my hope is that the president will stick with his original impulse, which was to tackle this very concrete national security threat posed by ByteDance's ownership structure. I would also say every single national security official in the Biden administration has warned about the national security threat posed by TikTok under its current ownership structure. That's what we're trying to get at. Not a ban, but a separation. Think of it as a surgery designed to remove the tumor from the patient and thereby allow the patient to survive.
I think sort of another question is, where do you stop this? TikTok is one, and I know we've certainly seen bans on Huawei for similar reasons because of security concerns, telecom company based out of China. But then where do we go? I mean, do we sort of research the parent company of all of these apps to find out what they're doing with the data and whether or not there's a connection to the Communist Party?
Well, this particular bill identifies ByteDance as kind of the exemplar of a company that is beholden and controlled by the Chinese Communist Party with tremendous influence, outsized influence on American news and the social media landscape. Other than that, however, this gives the authority to the president, whether it's Democrat or Republican, to basically identify in the future any other social media apps that are controlled or beholden to a foreign adversary, and then make determinations and proceed in the manner similar to what we're calling for here. But again, this particular case is kind of the poster child for our concerns and our constituents' concerns. One last thing I'll just mention, and Mike talked about this yesterday. You may know about this, but when we announced in the Energy and Commerce Committee that there was going to be a markup yesterday, TikTok actually had a push notification and a pop-up asking all of its users, or requiring all of its users, to call their member of Congress on the Energy and Commerce Committee and lobby them against what they called a ban of TikTok.
Let me pause it there. Congress is planning a total ban of TikTok. This is from TikTok. Speak up now before your government strips 170 million Americans of their constitutional right to free expression. This will damage millions of businesses. That's TikTok.
Well, it turned out that most of these push notifications went to minor children. And these minor children were flooding our offices with phone calls. And basically they pick up the phone, call the office and say, "What's a congressman? What is Congress?" And they had no idea what was going on. Probably the parents obviously didn't know. But this is exactly the reason why so many of our colleagues voted for the bill. They don't want a foreign adversary-controlled social media app using geolocation to target minor children to call members of Congress or interfere in our elections. This is exactly the reason why this particular legislation is necessary now.
I don't even think minor children are supposed to be on TikTok.
That's right.
What's going on? Congressman Mike Gallagher and Congressman Krishnamurthy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's CBS News, everybody. So as you hear this commentary, reporter saying minor children shouldn't be on TikTok. So if we say TikTok, then we also say TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, so on and so forth. Do you agree that small children should even be on these apps? Any type of streaming app, any type of social media app? Do you agree or do you disagree? Okay, that'll be one of the polls I'll put up. So let's get down to business pertaining to this information. Thank you for joining me. President Biden said Friday he would sign legislation that could lead to the ban of TikTok, an immensely popular video sharing app that is owned by the China-based company ByteDance. If they pass it, I'll sign it, Mr. Biden, whose 2024 campaign recently joined the app, told reporters. So he has joined the app so he can market himself for presidency for voters. So some people might say, well, that sounds hypocritical, but entitled to your opinion. The bill known as the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Control Applications Act would require ByteDance to sell TikTok within 6 months or be banned from the U.S. app stores and web hosting services if it does not cut ties. Once again, the government is asking for ByteDance to sell TikTok within 6 months or be banned from app stores and web hosting services here in the United States. It's slated to get a vote on the House floor next week, according to House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, a Louisiana Republican who called the measure a critical national security bill. House lawmakers have moved quickly on the legislation. It was introduced on Tuesday and advanced out of the House Energy and Commerce Committee on Thursday. In a one-page memo to members of Congress that was obtained by CBS News, the Justice Department laid out the dangers it says TikTok poses, including the tremendous amounts of sensitive data it collects and the potential for the Chinese government to carry out an influence campaign. The Justice Department said the legislation would be more stable legal ground if it gave the government the authority to force ByteDance to divest from TikTok, which means to sell off its shares, I guess, of TikTok ownership, rather than to impose an outright ban on the app if ByteDance doesn't sell. Let me repeat that again. The Justice Department said legislation would be on more stable legal ground if it gave the government the authority to force ByteDance to divest from TikTok, rather than to impose an outright ban on the app if ByteDance doesn't sell. Earlier this week, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre suggested the legislation may not yet stand up to legal scrutiny. Once it gets to a place where we think it's on a legal standing and it's in a place where it can get out of Congress, then the president would sign it. But we need to continue to work on it, she said during the Wednesday's press briefing. National security officials and lawmakers have warned of the potential risk the app poses for years, saying it could be used by the Chinese government to spy on Americans or spread misinformation or propaganda. TikTok unleashed a flood of calls to lawmakers on Thursday after it urged users to contact their representatives to tell them to vote against the bill. Stop a TikTok shutdown, a notice sent to users in the app said. It sent another notice Friday that said, the U.S. House of Representatives will vote on a TikTok ban. This means your content, your right to express yourself, and your income will be shut down too. TikTok has had faster use growth in recent years compared to other social media platforms, according to a Pew Research Center survey conducted last year. The study said about a third of U.S. adults use the app, but other platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, were more dominant. So YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram has more users, allegedly. So this is a matter of national security pertaining to the use of the app TikTok, owned by a Chinese company, ByteDance. They're basically saying, we're giving you 6 months to sell your shares, entities, or whatever pertaining to this app, instead of just shutting the app all the way down completely. So we will see what ByteDance will do. ByteDance doesn't take the warning, then you, whoever you are out there, you won't be using this app any longer. As I said before, for those just coming into this arena today, I don't trust really any of the apps. Now, I'm just going to be truthful with you. I don't trust anything where a person can just infiltrate, hack into it, pretend to be you, take your picture, share it. Anybody right now could take a picture of myself or you and go open up a Facebook account, Instagram account, Snapchat account, put a Gmail to it or Yahoo, whatever, and pretend to be you. That's a problem in itself. No matter if the American own the damn app. That's a problem regardless. You understand what I'm saying? And we have this problem of foreigners taking people's pictures from all over the United States and abroad and pretending to be the people and swindling people and hacking accounts and Messenger and Facebook and trying to get you to give money and all this Bitcoin bullshit. It's always something. And let's just be truthful. We didn't have these issues before all this social media came about and dealing with these fucking apps and these people and these foreign people and regular people finding a way to hustle you, because that's the point. People are on the grind regardless. So I'm not trying to say, don't use these apps. But what I'm saying is we have more fraud dealing with the apps than we had before, because now it's an easier way to manipulate people. You could just sit at home and figure out 1,000 ways to con people out of their money just by going into a damn app. You don't even have to walk outside your door. You don't have to make conversation to swindle a person. All you have to do is just go on an app. Hi, how you doing? I saw your picture. Oh, you look so pretty. And start talking to them. And next thing you know, here comes the swindle. Bad people are going to be here. People are going to grind. People are going to hustle. People are going to try to find a way to get over. It's just the way it is. But the one thing we've learned with the apps, they are an easier way to infiltrate and gain people's trust. Now you're talking about spying. That's a whole nother situation. Do you believe the Chinese are spying on us through this TikTok? I'll also put that on my community board to ask if you think that they are trying to spy on us. There we have it. Hello, darling. How are you doing, sweetheart? I don't know what's going on. Why everybody keeps coming in this live stream with all this nonsense. Yeah, it's very scary, Pinto. Very scary. Through the Google Pay. Oh, really? Okay. See, I haven't set up the Google Pay, so very interesting. Let me go over here to my community page and put up the polls, and then I'll check out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. My old school movie of the week is Jagged Edge. It's an older movie with Glenn Close. Check it out. Check some of your apps. You might find it for free if you don't want to buy or rent it through the YouTube app. Once again, this commentary is by, I think this says U.S. politics. Hold on one second. I can't even tell. Oh, CBS News. Sorry about that. I was like, where's the source of this? Wrong information. I'm going to go into my live and put the polls up right quick, and then I'll get out of here. Let me get out my chat. I'm not going to do nothing but block you, so you're wasting your time with all the shenanigans. Give it a rest. Just give it a rest. You're just wearing it out. It's like, damn. All right, everybody. Want to put up a few polls pertaining to this TikTok dilemma. Some of you may watch TikTok or, participate in TikTok. I can't even get in the TikTok app. How about that? So funny, I would do a story on this TikTok business. I can't even get in the app. It won't even let me in there. It says I'm blocked or something. I've tried a month or two ago to get in there. I don't know if it's because I commented on something pertaining to a story. I believe it was Quentin Simon is what got me blocked out of TikTok. I think I said something about the baby and the stupid grandmother. Somehow I'm blocked out of there. But that's the whole point. I don't really care because I'm not a TikToker. I do good to be on YouTube. This is enough for me. I don't really have time to even post to Instagram a lot. I just don't have the energy to just, post. I guess I could go live more on the Instagram. I could, try to build up more following on there if I wanted to, but I have decided, I'll do it if I feel like it. It's just the way I am right now. Because all this takes up my time doing this right here. Making the videos, responding back to updates. So I don't have that kind of time because I see people who post to Facebook and they're regular. They're posting pictures. Then they're liking your comments. Then they're responding to your comments. And I'm thinking, you have a full-time job. How do you have time to respond back to every comment, you know what I'm saying? And then you think about they're probably on another app, then another app. And it's time consuming. And there's people who navigate around Facebook. You can go on Facebook right now and go on somebody's post and like it or comment. They come right back and respond. And just, especially like if it's daytime and through the week, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, what are they doing that they can respond? I'm just saying, some people live on the apps. The apps are their life. Facebook is their life. Instagram is their life. YouTube, TikTok's all the same. They cannot breathe without being on the damn apps. And I've told people that when I started covering Cupcake and the West Boys, that some of you are just addicted to commenting. You're addicted to channel surfing and jumping from one chat to the other and listening to all the he said, she said gossip that comes along with these stories, especially true crime. You realize how unraveled people are up here, that they're just as crazy as the people you're talking about in the stories. And I've gotten to see and witness how detached people are from reality just from looking at Facebook groups, banning people out of the groups, the channel surfing on YouTube. They're always throwing out what somebody's doing on somebody else's channel and what the other channel person said. And a person could go into YouTube right now and comment on a true crime story. First thing somebody does is, you need to go check out such and such's channel. And he said this, and he's on the case, and he's covering the story. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Calm the fuck down. Being serious, calm down. It's not that serious. People put stock in anything said. And this is how you realize how gullible people are. If you look at the comments under the videos, you realize a lot of the people who comment, they are just as wicked as the people that's in the storyline. And that's my personal opinion. The comments really give you a true visual, damn near, of how unstable people are. Sometimes I'm just amazed at the comments. And so I'm telling myself, why am I judging these people in this story? Somebody that's accused of hacking somebody up or somebody's accused of killing their kid. Hell, look at the commenters. Some of the people in the commenters say some really whack and crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like crazy. Honey, ain't nobody angry. Get the hell on. You don't even know what you're talking about. Blocking you out of here. All right. First question is, we're just going to go ahead and ask, should the government ban TikTok? Since he said he will sign the bill. Take the poll, everybody. $71 viewing. Take the polls. I know, Pinto, it's always like this. You go live from this app, this is what happens. Now, if I go through StreamYard, I rarely have these kind of problems. That's why I'm not staying on long, because I don't have time for this. Take the poll, everybody. 31 votes so far. Should Biden ban TikTok? 58% yes, 42% no. If you want your vote to count, take the poll. Thank you. Hello, sir from Russia. Or ma'am. 40 votes so far. 62. So it's going up and down. 62% says yes. Hello, Miss Lady. Hello, Creole Lady. Thank you for joining me. Well, how about that? 55 votes so far. Welcome all new guests, new subscribers. Hit that like button coming into this playhouse. Like this video, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault XL. The government feels like this TikTok app is dangerous. One of the top people in the company, ByteDance, has some high connections over there in China. They have been accused of doing some nefarious deeds. This company, ByteDance, feel free to go back to the beginning of this live to get this information by CBS News. Will the House of Representatives vote to ban TikTok next week? Stay in the know, everybody. It could go either way. One can think our First Amendment right is being violated. Then, on the other hand, strange stuff occurring using TikTok. Hello, J-Law. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. 90 votes, 63% yes, 37% no. Is it politics? Are you not concerned about national security? We do have a lot of problems with people infiltrating, people coming over to the country doing devious deeds. We have a lot of scheming, scamming from foreigners dealing with the apps. Let's just be truthful. You have more schemes and scams because of the apps. Cash App, that Bitcoin nonsense, date apps. Just saying. Well, hello from Moscow. Thank you. Well, a lot of people are voting right now, so I'm just going to keep watching the polls. 77 viewing, but I got 133 votes now. All right. Mikhail says sooner or later, us people are going to become a part of computers. Meaning what, Mikhail? How are we going to become a computer? Explain that to me. Help me understand. How are we going to become a computer? I'm going to end the poll. "63% of you believe Biden should ban TikTok. It's going to be on the floor next week with the House of Representatives. We will see what happens. So far, the Senate has casted their vote to have it banned. So the Chinese cannot spy on American government, American citizens, use it for propaganda, so on and so forth. We will see. Now I'm going to ask you about children being on TikTok and apps in general. I'll just put social media apps in general, because TikTok, Facebook's all the same. Hello, India. Thank you for joining me. Should children be allowed on social media apps? Take the poll. Let's see what you all are saying so far. 21 votes, 22 votes. 38% of you say yes, 62% of you said no. Okay. Is your mama transgender? How about that? Hello, no signal. Thank you, New York. Welcome to the chat, sweetheart. A lot of you don't believe children should be on the internet using social media apps. Frankly, a lot of grown people shouldn't be on those apps. Let's keep it real. There's a lot of grown people that don't need to be on social media apps. So far, 42 votes. %64% of you are saying no. Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm not here to discuss politics. My thing is that the government has found nefarious deeds by this person, entities, whoever own ByteDance, then I'm just going to take it that they have seen them being involved in nefarious business. And if that means spying on Americans, hell no, I don't want. Why would you want to be on an app that could be possibly spying on you? I mean, we have a lot of fraud going on right now. That's just common sense. We have a lot of fraud going on because of the apps. Let's be truthful. Most of the fraud you see online is because of the apps. It's not anything else. So you talk about fraud, then you talk about spying. It's like, that's two separate things. You know, enough's enough. $80 votes so far, 81 votes. 58% of you are saying no so far. The children should not be allowed to use social media apps. Jan says, I think it's about spying and fraud, but more protection of the kids and predators and such. Yeah. Well, I don't want anyone spying on us. Let's just say that. Because when you start talking about spying through an app, you also then have to wonder about that damn TV. Because I got a nice TV over there. Got 2 Roku TVs. So you have to start wondering what people can see, can't see. Even Roku sent a notification the other day for you to, you know, press yes for their updated information. So then I went into my phone, saw a notification through Newsbreak. If you didn't hit that yes button to accept the terms of agreement for Roku, which I don't know what that's all about, it said it would disable your Roku box, your Roku TV. You can't make this stuff up. I just read that this week. Now, I agreed to the terms of agreement, I believe, last week. And then lo and behold, here comes a news break article saying, hey, you better hit that OK button on that Roku app, or your ass ain't gonna have no damn Roku working. See, this is what they're trying to tell you. They're controlling everything, these foreigners and these apps and these TVs and this. You better stay away. Because I usually don't get into all that, conspiracy stuff, but it's just so funny. Roku sent me a notification on the TV saying, please agree to the terms of agreement. And then here come this week, I see an article saying they were disabling your Roku box and your Roku TVs if you didn't accept the terms of agreement. And I was sitting here thinking, what terms of agreement? All you're doing is hitting the app and watching a TV program. Why do I need to agree to watch it? So I thought that was strange. So maybe I need to go in and read what the hell I just pressed OK to. I don't know. See, that's strange to me. All right, 117 votes so far. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. So far, 57% of you do believe that children should not be on social media. That's my information. Since we got all this trolling going on here in the chat, I don't have time for this. I have better things to do with my time than sit here and go back and forth pertaining. So far, most of you think children should not be on social media apps such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. I think it was half and half about Biden and the TikTok. Allegedly, this is about national security, this TikTok app. They are owned by ByteDance, BYTEDANCE. ByteDance, one word. You're entitled to your opinion. But if it's a matter of national security, which they're alleging it is, they're worried about the Chinese spying on us. As I have given people, for instance, of dealing with the apps, the problems I've had with the apps the other day going live, my computer being shut down, and I was just hitting the messenger in the corner on my computer, and that's a part of my computer. I didn't go into a separate link. I didn't go into a foreign link. I don't have time for this nonsense. That's why I said I'm about to be to the point. I won't be dealing with this app except for to do the videos, go in and do my videos, to get them, monetized and all that. But I am now leery about touching any apps on this computer. I'm not about to download any other apps to the computer. I'm not getting ready to add anything. I'll just use it for like Google searching to help me, aid me while I'm doing the live stream, to bring you all information, because I always like to bring a source when I'm talking about a subject matter. You're entitled to believe the information or not. Know that it is somebody else's version, but I don't give a fuck about these apps. And I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm sick of dealing with it, all of it, because you can see what the world is coming to in dealing with the apps. A lot of fraud, a lot of mischief, a lot of sadism, people seeking out children to, they're sitting here watching these kids play and dance and stuff. You have a lot of wacko, sicko people out here. And so then you think about the people trying to, one, get in your pocketbook, the people trying to find you and stalk you on the apps and take your personal information and use it against you. Take your personal information for fraud. Then now you're talking about spying through a TikTok app or any other app. You're talking about some serious shit. And a lot of people don't really care about it because a lot of people walking around, they don't give a fuck about stuff anyway. That's fine. That's your business. But I don't want to be spied on. I don't want my accounts hacked. I don't want anyone stealing my pictures and pretending to be me on some other profile app, because a lot of damage has been done to many people because of these apps. Their identities have been stolen. People have foolishly given people money that they didn't know, which is a personal choice. People have been outed on apps. People have been fired from talking, giving their public opinion on apps, which once again, that's your choice to talk crazy, be a nosy Karen, messy Karen. That's your damn business. But you have to know there's repercussions for publicly speaking, giving your public opinion, outing people, their sexuality, politics, how they, if they're blue, red, whatever, you have to know there's repercussions. And at some point, it isn't free speech. Because when you become rude, arrogant, you're lying, you're making up things about people, that's not free speech. That's just the way it is. That's why you have to say allegedly. That's my commentary for this live stream. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe. Please take the polls on my community board. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $McAngie, 129 Cash App. Stickers and checks always welcome during the live stream. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back with more commentary pertaining to breaking news and true crime. And you have been listening to The Votes. Exhale.